This dude's about to win. I taught him everything he knows, just so you know.
You probably taught Marshall everything he knows, but I don't know.
I taught Marshall more than him. True story.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Fox and the Scuba Recreation Park team. And the winner is the Ozark Mountain Vista Pool. Everyone from the Ozark Mountain Vista Pool. Stick around a little bit longer. Congratulations to those Okay, now.
What's up, YouTube? I am in the warehouse here with Austin Mooneyham, which you guys know from a lot of my videos. He does a lot of projects with us now and on his own as well. We have a massive training coming up in like 3 days now. I think
5.
3 is you're seeing this, 4, whatever. It's coming up Thursday. It sold out a few weeks ago. I think we have 18 new attendees, like maybe 5 returning. We got 2 Pentair guys here the first morning, 2 guys from Aquamatic the first day. We've got Rental It. We've got Eco Finish. Dan's coming for the first time. So I mean, we've got more. Element's going to be here the whole time. Yeah, Sam, geez. So yeah, we've got so many guys coming. The trainings are really to the highest level they've ever been because of this facility. Because 10 days ago, I said I was going to be pouring this huge pour outside and doing all this stuff because the weather looked good. Now we're going to get 5 to 8 inches of snow 2 days before training. I'm not worried about them having it cleaned up enough to be able to move around and do our site visits, but it's going to be cold, real cold. And so we're going to be in here a lot. We're going to do a live pour in here instead of outside. And it's going to be great. But we just got back from World of Concrete probably 2 weeks ago. And it was really fun as usual. This year was extra special. Joey had his booth there for the first time in several years with Fab Form. So we got to hang out with those guys, as well as Element had a booth there for the first time as Element ICF. And I got to meet a lot of those guys from Canada that I had not yet got to meet. So we had a really good time. Austin was there doing a little business as well. But the big thing was this year, 2 years ago we won first place on the pool. Last year we won second and third. So we've placed every year we've entered. This year, focusing on building up the business with Pat and Eric. I did not have any time to really focus on any wild, crazy builds. I built a few vinyl liners, but I left it pretty simple to keep my boys rolling. We did the Element house, but I didn't want to go crazy. Austin, on the other hand, was going crazy. He was doing a lot of fancy monopours, eco finish, the stuff that we usually enter into the thing. And I've been telling all my trainees, we're up over 200 trainees now. I really want them to start getting some awards, start getting some recognition for the work that we're teaching them to do. And Austin this year was the first one to put one on the board. And I'll show you guys an image of the pool. I think you guys already knew, but he won first place. First place 2025 World of Concrete Pool of the Year. So it was another thing that we get a lot of leads for work, places we can't go. These people had reached out to me on YouTube. I introduced them to Austin a year and a half ago, and they had a very challenging job site.
Absolutely.
Very challenging job site, very challenging place to get. My guys, it was just too far. He took it over. They love their pool, love Austin somehow. But,
they love Marshall more.
They love Marshall. Marshall's like this, little tiny guy who just runs around getting loved by all the customers, even though Austin's really, the Wizard of Oz behind the scenes making it all happen. But, guys, I have a couple other trainees that have pools that if they'll finish them, Steve Griffith, will
quit breaking his feet.
If he'll quit breaking his leg twice in this last year. We got some epic builds by some of the guys we've trained. I can't wait for them to be done, be sitting with them at World of Concrete, hopefully this next year. But Austin, I got to tell him him and Marshall, congratulations. First trainee to get one on the board. And he'll be here with Marshall and his guys helping out with training. He always does, kind of helps me because my Amish guys don't like to be in front of all the cameras. So
we're just building a relationship as a community.
Yes, the community of the guys that have come through training is really, really cool. It's not even an expected thing when I started it, but they all stay in touch with each other. they kind of start intermingling as the alumni come back. Like I said, we got 5 alumni from different trainings. We got Cy coming back, Scott Esty, a bunch of different guys that don't know each other now, but will after this training. So the training group has really turned into its own community of really.
Yeah, and you guys put it together. I mean, you and Pat and Eric, the support we get, excellent.
Yeah, that's the thing now, guys. I mean, when I made the decision to take the direction with Patrick and Eric, it didn't really, make sense to some people because they're not construction guys per se. Like, they're from private equity, the stock market, and everything else. But I've known Eric since I was 1. We're cousins. I always say he's my brother from another mother, but his mother's my aunt. Figure that out. But but anyway, Eric is the smartest person I've ever known in person. He is brilliant, and he brought everything up. I'm going to have something cool to tell you guys about with Element, and I'd had an idea in my head bouncing around for 2 years. Me getting it into his head, him getting it into a 3D printer is what actually made it happen. Me trying to explain stuff doesn't always work, but Eric can make it 3-dimensional, make it make sense to people. He can dumb down what he's thinking to anybody. And then Patrick is the most organized guy ever. He comes from some very, lofty places, and now he's just, slumming it with us, and we're having a little pirate ship that is changing the game in a lot of ways.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, Austin's one of the big cogs in that wheel at the moment. So he's onward and upward. We're going to have an amazing year this year. This training's number 1. We'll have a bunch of stuff with Rental It after this that we'll talk about. We got 2 trainings with Rental It, one in April, one in May, and then another one of these trainings in June that Pat already has scheduled. I'll give you dates so you can reach out to him. Nice. But Austin, love you, buddy.
Thank you.
Congrats. Next year we'll do it again.
I hope Steve.
Steve and maybe Beal, if Beal will hurry up. But also me and Austin both have a project. We got the Chill Zone together, and he's got one at Lake of the Ozarks too. So some
fun stuff.
Exactly. Fun stuff. Guys, see you next time. We're going to get ready for training.